Drama at the Singapore Grand Prix. It has been a dramatic comeback for the circuit after 3 years. Remember, the last time Formula One was held in Singapore, it was before the COVID pandemic. 3 years later, it has seen a sensational qualifying session. Breaking news, folks: Charles Leclerc, the Monegasque, has secured a dramatic pole position in very changeable conditions in Singapore at Marina Bay. But the guy who could wrap up the championship this weekend, Max Verstappen, has finished eighth, and it has come under plenty of drama. For those asking where has Lewis Hamilton finished, he has finished third in qualifying. Sergio Perez is in second position. And it was a dramatic qualifying right from the very beginning. Because if you have to look at it, it started out under wet circumstances. Q3 and Q2 saw some very surprising eliminations. The most surprising of them was George Russell. He did not make it to the top 10 of the qualifying in the third shootout. He finished in 12th, and that is why one Mercedes was already out. However, the track temperatures were really changing after every session. After every particular qualifying, the track session was changing it. And before Q3, everybody decided to go on the dry slicks, meaning that there were no grooves, and for enhanced speed, they were going to go on the slick tires. In the previous session, what happened, Sebastian Vettel, who has been in the top in Singapore, he said that it was a wrong decision to go on dry tires, and that's why he went straight on at turn 18. Remember, towards the boulevard, cars were struggling because there was a patch of wet strip which ensured that cars did not have the grip. Now, every qualifying session that happened with 6 minutes to go, Fernando Alonso, for 1 point, believe it or not, Yuki Tsunoda was on provisional pole position. But all that changed when the slick tires started to gain a bit of temperature. Lewis Hamilton went on pole. Leclerc went on pole. Alonso went on pole. Verstappen went on pole. Every time it was changing and the lap times kept on changing. Leclerc smashed the 150 barrier. Hamilton and even Verstappen, they were also touching it. With 2 minutes to go, Verstappen had one more chance to ensure that he got the pole position. Leclerc had already finished and 149. It was 1 minute 49 seconds. He almost had the pole. Verstappen was gunning for it. He was quicker in the first sector. He was quicker in the second session. But in the third sector, he had to abort the lap. Why was that? Because he was running low on fuel. And according to the FIA technical regulations, you needed to show 1 liter as a sample to the FIA investigators that, okay, your car is not been tampered with. So that is why, because he had to conserve fuel, that is the main reason why Max Verstappen had to abort the lap. And that is why you see him, he will start in 8th position tomorrow at Marina Bay. So, people who are joining us right now, it is 1 liter sample. That's what I just mentioned, Rishikesh. 1 liter sample is required by the FIA. So, that is why Verstappen had to abort the lap. He was fuming when he stopped it. He said, "Why did you ask me to box?" But FIA regulations state that you needed 1 liter of petrol to be sampled by the FIA. So, Charles Leclerc is in first position. Sergio Perez is in second, and Lewis Hamilton, who has not yet started in pole position in 2022, will continue to do so. He will be in third position. Max Verstappen will be in eighth. Now, all of you are asking, how can Max Verstappen win the championship in Singapore itself? Remember, 138 points are at stake in this remainder of the championship. That also includes the sprint race that will happen in Interlagos. So, how can Max Verstappen clinch the championship on Sunday? If he wins the race, Sergio Perez is 4th or lower. If Charles Leclerc is 8th or lower, if Max Verstappen wins with the fastest lap, he wins the championship. He can still win the championship without the fastest lap if Charles Leclerc finishes 9th or below. That is the only way that Max Verstappen can win. But already his prospects have taken a big hit because he's going to start in 8th. And remember, it is a street circuit, Marina Bay. Perhaps it gives you some overtaking opportunities, but it is not going to be easy. It promises to be a cracker of a race. If there is a hint of a race that comes out tomorrow on Sunday, like how we had in Q3 in qualifying, the last 6 minutes, which was absolutely chaotic, then the championship might still very well be alive as we head into the next leg of the championships. Remember, after Singapore, there is Japan, and then we come into the Americas before we finish it off at Abu Dhabi. So, Marina Bay has pulled out one of the best qualifiers that we have seen. Hamilton in third will give you a bit of assurance that maybe he's back to his best. He's done decently well in Singapore, but George Russell in 11th or in outside of the top 10 will not be good news. Even Toto Wolff was not happy with the way how he performed. Now, we all pray that Ferrari's strategy really pays off, and that because this is the 9th pole position for Charles Leclerc in 2022, if he can manage to ensure that Ferrari do not goof up on their strategy, then he can keep the championship alive. But remember, Max Verstappen, if he wins with the fastest lap and Leclerc finishes 8th or lower, then Max Verstappen will be the 2-time F1 champion. So do join us for all the sporting action that will take place at Marina Bay on Sunday, folks. Spokes Today will bring you live all the latest updates from Marina Bay. Press the like, comment and share button. We are also there on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, folks. Do join us for what will be Super Sunday. Thank you. Bye-bye.